legalizing marijuana in New York has to be very specific. We were the marijuana arrest capital in this country. We arrested more people for marijuana than anyone else. And so when I'm talking about legalization of marijuana, I'm talking about the sealing and vacating of people's records, right? I'm also talking about making sure that every single city agency revisits and revises all their policies that are impacted by marijuana. So I'm talking about people that are losing custody of their kids because of marijuana. And let's be very clear. It is Black and Latino moms that are getting their kids taken away, while white moms are on the cover of GQ talking about how marijuana helps their parenting. So let's be very clear about that. I'm talking about making sure that people don't get kicked out of public housing because they were smoking inside of it, because that also happens. I'm talking about making sure that people still have access to occupational licenses that marijuana arrests bar them from having. When we're talking about legalizing marijuana in New York, it's not a corporate giveaway. It's not for people from Denver and Nevada to come in here and make their big businesses. It's not for the Apple of marijuana, groups like MedMen, to come in, create large dispensaries and not invest in criminal justice and not fight for policies for people from New York to be able to have licenses, and to make sure that people who have been harmed by the criminal justice system are able to be in the industry in the first place. Because what we've seen in places around the country is that people that have been barred from the industry are because they were people that were criminalized by marijuana. But now they have figured out how to make money off of it, how to tax it, how to create whole industries around it. And they want to say, we can't participate because you weren't paying attention to the rules before, but neither were they, right? And so when we're talking about marijuana, I think it's super important to also say that legalizing marijuana means that NYPD and district attorneys need to get out of the business of marijuana. There should be no place for people in that industry. And I will say that in general, law enforcement should not be in the business of drugs, period. This is not a criminal justice issue in any source of the way, and people that are selling marijuana in this point should be able to go in there. They don't need internships, they need loans, they need small business licenses. And we have to have a conversation about how we want to deal with people who smoke in public, because to be very clear, everyone in here needs to know that New York has the biggest public housing development in this country, and they have passed a federal edict that says people can't smoke cigarettes in their home, or they will be subject to being kicked out. So if you can't smoke cigarettes, then you can't smoke marijuana. And if every law says you can't smoke marijuana in public, we have basically just banned poor people from partaking in something that is $1 billion industry. That is legalizing marijuana.